Malaysia is a sprawling land divided into two parts. West Malaysia was once the independent country of Malaya. East Malaysia is made up of two former British protectorates, Sarawak and Sabah. Now they are two of the 13 states that make up West and East Malaysia. The states of Malaysia are mainly lands of jungles and swamps and mountains. Most of Malaysia's approximately 10 million people live on the narrow coastal plains near the sea. Many of the people in West Malaysia, the Malay Peninsula, work as fishermen or as traders. Many of the people also work as farmers. Rice is the main food crop. Latex is Malaysia's most important money crop. Latex is sap from rubber trees. 1/5 of the workforce of West Malaysia is employed by the rubber industry. Workers collect the latex, process it, transport it, and make consumer products like tires from it. These women are picking tea leaves. Tea is another important export product of West Malaysia. Coconuts are exported too. The mining of tin is also important economically. Huge machines like this floating dredge are used to mine thousands of tons of tin ore every year. But most tin is mined hydraulically. Powerful jets of water wash ore-bearing soil out of the earth. Tin is exported in the form of bars called ingots. The production of tin and rubber has given Malaysia a strong economy and high level of living. Cities like the capital, Kuala Lumpur, are very much like ours. But Malaysia, like most Southeast Asian countries, is a nation of contrasts. In the big cities of West Malaysia, families live in modern apartments. And students attend large schools. But life in the cities is very different from life in most of Sarawak, where the native Dayak people lead more traditional lives. In Sarawak, almost everyone farms. There has been little development of natural resources or manufacturing. Sarawak is a wild land where overland transportation is very difficult. So most of the people live near the sea or on the banks of the rivers. To help overcome a limited food supply, the government has built ponds and stocked them with fish to provide an additional source of food. In contrast to Sarawak, Sabah is a prosperous state with an adequate food supply. A visit to a tamu, or market, shows the variety of Asian people who live in Sabah. There are also Europeans who help operate Sabah's chief industry, lumbering. This lumber camp is near the port of Tawau in eastern Sabah. Millions of feet of lumber come from the forests of Sabah. And most of the timber is shipped from Tawau. The economies of both Malaysia and Singapore are very complex, but no more so than the political picture. For instance, Brunei, a British protectorate sandwiched between Sarawak and Sabah, decided not to join the Federation of Malaysia when it was formed in 1963. Malaysia and Singapore also face many of the same problems. They must build new industries to supply work for their people. They must continue to provide their people with better education. They must continue to provide their people with better homes.